Tell me if you can hear me.
You can tell me your live yet. Okay, good.
Uh-huh.
But it's blurry.
It's blurry.
Yeah, it wasn't blurry before. It's perfect.
You seeing me blurry now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's my phone. I think it's
Oh, okay.
uh,
I
I don't
was
know.
just trying to
Try
figure out.
adjust maybe. I don't know.
Can you hear me? Greetings, peace. Oh, wow. There are a bunch of people on here already. Sisters, peace, sisters. Can you hear me? This is the strangest thing. Can you wave or send some sort of emoji so I can tell whether you could hear me? Because it's strange. I can't hear myself. Okay, good. Peace. How is everyone doing? Let me turn my volume up just a little bit. All right, good. All right. So we have here Sequoia in the house. We have Jamila, I see you. Peace, Sister Deidre. Who else is here? That's Sister Akua. Greetings. I just felt like doing a live today. Thank you for joining me. Some of you are fasting or finishing up your fast, and I really wanted to um, open space for you to share a little bit about your fasting experience. Whether you did the Eid fast or you're just coming off your summer solstice fast. If you have, and if you haven't, this is a good time to start. You could still do it. You have another couple days that you could take advantage of the summer solstice time. Um, what about you, Sister Deidre? Do you want to share anything? I just want to, freestyle today. Well, I'll say for me, today I ended my 3-day fast. It started on June 20th, and this dawning, I broke my fast with some watermelon just because, I love watermelon, but it's also very hydrating. And during my 3-day fast, I really focused on um, ingesting liquids. So, and liquids meaning just water. I only consumed water, but I didn't feel the need to drink too much water. So I did feel a little bit dehydrated. Um, but this dawning, it was very refreshing and rehydrating to enjoy some fresh cut watermelon. Um, and I don't think I'm going to desire to eat anything probably until later on in the day. But this space is really for you all to share a little bit about your experience so far. Maybe some of you still have one more day to go. That's all right. Keep pressing on. I like the fact that another sister shared with me that she's holding on to faith to get through the fasting, and sometimes you know it's really important to pull and draw on your community to get through some of these things, fast included. um, the thing about fasting is it gives you an opportunity to really focus on just self and building self, um, and not so much your sustenance on physical food, but on spiritual food and your source. So I know for me that during this period I did a lot of rereading of the ANU way for the ANU family that's in the house. Um, and I had a bit of time to work on some of my goals. One of my goals is clarity in decision making. So I've been really focusing on that during this time. And I'll continue to do that throughout the summer as well because for me it's a time to learn. It's a learning experience. So yeah, that's part of what's been happening with me during this time. Let me see. Deidre says this is her third fast, and each one has been a level up from the last. It has been a journey of discovery of what I am capable of, right? So many people don't realize that they have the ability to get over the bumps. Um, Sometimes it comes from a space for the Anu family. Those of you who have been delving into the Anu way, there's a reference to the idea of the fear of food and the paucity, the relying on the mindset that comes from paucity. There's an abundance of energy that we have inside, and sometimes we rely so much on physical food, we forget that, we are sustained by other things, right? Not just physical food. Who else is here? Peace, 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 peace. Anu Moon. That's Manira. Alien Black. Oh, okay. Peace, Kashia. This is so different for me, the live. So please forgive me if I look like a silly child giggling the whole time, because it feels so cool connecting with everyone. Um, yes, so, I was making reference to Deidre's share about, is this being her third fast, and her making reference to the fact that it is a challenge, but it's good. I'm proud of her that she got through these three different levels of fasting, and I think everyone can do it. Maybe you want to share, Deidre. Maybe I can add you to the screen and you can share a little bit. Yeah, if you want to. Is there anyone else who wants to come on and share a little bit? Maybe Sister Kashia, I know that you ended your fast today, so I want to hear from you. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about some of the anxieties or the challenges that you had during your time of fasting.
Coming off from mistake. I'm sorry.
Right, food addiction is real. That's true. That's true. We have a fear. We have this fear of not eating, fear of no food, you know? So I want to add Kashia, but I'm trying to, okay.
I just requested.
I just added you, Kashia, to the live. I hope you. Oh, there you go. Please. I'm
Peace.
going to. Yeah, share. Feel free to share. I know this is a great space for everybody to kind of um, share their own experiences during the fast. And I wanted to hear from you. You said you ended yours today, right? How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel more empowered. And after I ate, I posted my food. I only ate like half, and I realized like it wasn't what I needed. I wanted water more, and I really kicked myself because I wanted to continue. I didn't think I could because it was my first fast, but I'm wanting to continue more or start all over again because it was so much clarity. It was so much soul being fed, rather than the body and the spirit was being fed, and it was so elevating and lifting.
That's beautiful. And keep hold on to that energy that you're feeling because you can use it to feed you through the entire summer. And fasting, you don't have to restrict your fasting. You can choose to fast once a strong if you like, just to push
Okay.
yourself. You could do intermittent fasting, which is all the craze right now, but I think people do it for the weight loss benefit and they don't realize there's another layer of benefit from intermittent fasting, especially with allowing your body to feel free, allowing you the energy that you have in the body and mentally to actually shift to analyze thoughts and work on emotion and working on self instead of always
Absolutely.
having to use the energy for breaking down food. So thank you for sharing. I'm going to
Of
switch to
course.
someone else and yes, please. Who's next? Who wants to share? I love this. This is fun. This is fun and we get to share. Sister Deidre, you did ask. Do you want to share? Okay, all right. Cool. I like this. Right, yes, Sister Manira, that's true. the energy does increase. You don't even realize that you don't have to sustain your energy by eating every single day. Your body has reserves. Your body has reserves. That's yes, I'm going to add you sequoia in a second. I will. Take it away.
So I just wanted to share, um, like I said, that this is my third one. Is there an echo? Can you hear an echo?
There is.
Let me see. I'm like in the park. Maybe I can change something. Okay. So as I was saying, this is my third one, and each one has been like a little more, not a little, it's been more difficult than the last. So it's forced me to level up on what I'm able to do. So the first one was like a fruit fast with mono meals of fruit. And then the last strong was liquid. So that was a 21-day fast. Then I fasted for the first time for Ramadan in May. But in both of those two fasts, we were still eating. So this one, there was no food whatsoever, just water. I decided to go with water. And although it was 3 days, I think it was more difficult than the other two because it really was,
Right.
I had to like really abstain from wanting food. And I say like, and not abstain from eating, but abstain from wanting food and having it cross my mind and think about it all the time. And I realized like that is also a sign of food addiction. You know, I'm a grazer. I like to snack. And I didn't realize, like, you know, that could be food addiction as well. I honestly thought it was something that you only see on shows like My 600-Pound Life, people who like to eat 7 cheeseburgers and 6 orders of fries. But it really is about how you approach food and how you think about food, you know, and it should just really be something to sustain the body, not something that we do for fun. I mean, food can be fun. I don't want to lose that, but it should really be something to sustain the body so that when I do eat, you know, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not eating to be entertained.
Right. How was it how was it challenging for you in terms of just focusing on a water fast this time? Or how was the challenge different from your previous fasting?
Because I think in the previous fasting, I knew I could eat. It may have been delayed, like, you know, delayed gratification, but in my here, there was no food whatsoever, and I had to be satisfied with the water.
Okay. For you, did you focus on any areas specifically in terms of growth and development for self? Greetings, Black Homesteader. Peace. Thank you and welcome.
Yeah, because I'm on a weight loss journey, and on how I felt, like what does it feel like? How can I push through when I do have the hunger pains? Can I drink water? You know, notice how my body is changing even over these 3 days, and it really helps. So even though I'm done with my fast right now, I'm gonna continue with liquid. So I'll probably not have just water, but just continue with the liquid. So I'm actually still on fast.
But that's a good thing. And if your goal is if you're on a weight loss journey, that it will definitely help you. You know, it will take longer for you to maintain that loss over time. That's okay. Once you get to your goal and you stay consistent, because that's the thing. The body has a way of allowing you to creep back on your calories. So you may initially say, okay, I have this amount of calories that I want to consume this strong, and in a matter of two strongs, you're back to the same calorie count and you don't even realize it. Because when you lose weight, your metabolism goes up and your appetite increases. So those are tricks tricks that the mind plays on you. So it can be a challenge, but most of it is discipline and it's in the mind. It
Yeah.
definitely is. I'm going to switch out to Ia Sequoia. She wanted to come in and share. Thank you. Let me see if I can find. Okay, okay, okay. So while we wait on Ia Sequoia, yeah, there's something we don't really, I think, always consider, and that's the fact that food is life and it's a sacrifice of a life. And when we take in that life, it lives on in us, and the ANU way for the ANU brothers and sisters that are in the space, the ANU Way Foundation talks about how important it is to see food as a transformation of life from the actual physical, grass that we consume or veggies and fruits that we consume, and it also gives us life. So it's really important to think about your connection with food. Is it entertainment? Is it, are you feeding a fear? Are you feeding emotions? Those are all things to consider when we consume food. And most times you'll find when you have the desire to eat sugary sweet things, if you're breaking your fast or you happen to break your fast, um, those sugary things tend to be connected to emotions. And there are correlations to some organs as well too. So it's really crucial to look into, like which particular organs may be malfunctioning at that moment for you based on the cravings that you have, whether it's a salt craving or sugar craving. Those are important. Peace,
Right.
greetings.
Peace. Greetings.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on and sharing. I love this. I really do.
Yes. I think I have an echo too.
Probably. Okay.
But yeah, food is real. I agree with the ladies who said that. For
Mhm.
me, I've never done a water fast before, and that was my goal this summer. But for me, I had like severe like detox symptoms. Like at the end of the day, I started to feel lightheaded and faint. I was drinking like a lot of water, so
Right.
I needed to like prepare my body beforehand because I already was had in my mind that I've already detoxed some of the things that I kind of integrated in my diet was not
Right.
the healthy eat. So I already detoxed from those things. But I think because I built those unhealthy foods into my system, it was hard for me to get through this water fast. Mentally, like the fast and these that I've done in the past, the most successful I've been was because of my mental, having a purpose for why I'm doing it, and just straight willpower.
Yep.
I was able to get through much easier. But this time I just tried to jump in, even though I'm like, okay, it's not going to be hard for me right now because I'm already detoxing from these other things, these food addictions and things like that. So, um, yeah, so I did fast, mostly drinking water, but I did like eat something like in the evening, just kind of snacked on something. And, of course, I got rid of like lightheadedness. Like, my body is not able to sustain itself without food right now. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have
Right.
to eat healthier so that I can fast, for 3 days with just water. So, yeah.
Do you think you're going to extend your fast? I heard some talk about extending the fast.
I'm gonna reassess. Like, I think I need to detox my body, maybe with like a juice fast, like just feeding my body with a lot of nutrition, so that if I decide to do a water fast, then I can do it without feeling lightheaded, like I'm gonna faint, things like that.
Right.
Need to reassess. Because before, we started doing like fasting, I already was like, okay, I'm getting rid of this because I was eating like a lot of sugar and dairy and stuff. So I cut those things out before, but I knew it was going to be hard for me because I was eating those things. So yeah, food addictions are definitely real, and I think
Yeah.
have to have already been eating healthy in order to be able to do these tests and not have a hard time, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think it's crucial to, like have a preparatory period. You know, if you ate your last, I don't, some, help me with a junk food item.
I guess
Fries.
it's,
Okay,
yeah,
let's say, yeah. Okay, let's say fries.
yeah,
Right? Um, and you know your fast is coming up, and this is Friday, and you're fasting from Sabbath, let's say, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna get all the fries that I can, get it all in right now before this fast, because
right.
you're not gonna be successful. You literally have to
Yeah,
give your body and your mind a couple days in advance, so you have to ease in. And some of the best ways is to, just like ease in with a couple fruits. Maybe you do mono meals. All of that's covered in my Sovereign Eats podcast, The Royal Way to Wellness and Good Food, right? But if you go back to those detox podcasts, it really talks about how you can transition yourself into your actual fast. So by the time you get to day one of your fast, your body is already acclimated. So that,
yeah,
to just being on fruits or just doing liquid. But there are various ways to do that fasting.
yeah.
For you, all right. I appreciate you. There are a couple other people, so I'm going to switch off.
Okay.
You did share too, in the comments, in the post, that there
Oh,
was some internal reflection that you were going through, just
yeah.
in terms of your purpose and, serving community and being present in the community and questioning about your role. I don't know if you wanted to share anything about that at this time, but feel free. This is the space for it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of introspection and thinking about those things because I realized that sometimes we can use like certain excuses for why we're not doing the things that we really, really want to do. And we can say, oh, well, I have to do this, I have to do that. And then you realize, like, well, no, you kind of self-sabotaging yourself because you can, I was thinking, like, what is the harm in, like, just trying to do what it is that you know you really would like to do and seeing if you really do have time to, finish those other responsibilities and tasks that you have. There's no harm in just experimenting. So I was thinking, like, well, why is it that, you know, my thought was like, well, let me go and research and see if I'm about to do this the right way. I was like, well, why not just try?
Right.
Like, if I do it wrong, then I do it wrong, So I just kind of realized, like, it's like a lot of ego too when it comes to like
Yes.
in certain like behaviors that you need to let go of. So, um, yeah, I just been really thinking about like, what have I been doing this whole year? Like, have I been doing things that are going towards the person that I want to be? And then I started questioning, who do I want to be? What does the community need? Like, how do I know if I'm even doing what I'm
Yes.
supposed to be doing? But yeah. So yeah, that's what I kind of been thinking about. And I've been thinking about that for like 6 months now, asking myself these questions and, making small changes in character and how I've been thinking about things taking a different direction. And so
Right.
yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you, because you just, put a spotlight on me. You know how long I'm waiting to do this live? You do not know how long. And it had to do with yeah, just second guessing and not being, feeling confident enough. I'm not a camera person. And that pulls you away from being able to share all of your gifts and share what you have gathered from your journey with others, when you kind of
Yeah.
always, you keep holding back and you second guessing, well, what is it, as opposed to acting on it. So
Yeah.
the important thing is to act on it, and the community will tell you what they need. That's the interesting thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
the beautiful thing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
So,
appreciate you so much for coming on and
no
sharing.
problem.
I'm going to
Thank
put
you.
Sister Akua on the spot. Greetings, Sister Akua. Akua, would you like to join us and share a little bit? Yes? Anyone else? I saw a couple brothers in here. Thank you, Seal Swim 473. Big up to Grenada. That's the Grenada crew right there. Give thanks. Okay, Akua. Well, we won't impose. We won't impose. I appreciate you all. I'm going to cut the live because unless you have questions or any other topic that you want to explore, as we're on the topic of just detoxing and fasting and just food in general. But I will say this, I look forward to, you know, being able to do some more lives once every strong. So be prepared. It may not be on a consistent day, but if this day works for you all, and then I'll make it my duty to make a space for us to share all the time, just based on um, our journey, you know. This time really calls for us to seek out our community and stick with our community. And that consistency, in terms of always, finding our community, finding our collective, and using them to, you know, boost ourselves and to also find our role and find our function is very important. Thank you for the space here today. Thank you for receiving me. And I'll see you all next strong. Look out for a new podcast that's airing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday already. Can you believe it? Days are going fast. It's summer, right? But look out for a new podcast. And if you haven't checked out our previous podcast, Raw Food on a Budget, check it out. There are lots of good tips. And if you want to leave comments underneath that blog post, you can, because I'm quite happy to share more tips and ideas for those of you who want to engage on raw food. Maybe it's for weight loss, maybe it's a form of fasting that you want to engage in. That's always a great thing. Peace and power to you all. See you again. Wait, let me see if you have questions. Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Elderberry, I'm just seeing your question. Any plants you suggest that would help for times when one fasts? Plants, plant food, plant medicine. Is she gone, Elderberry? Sister Elderberry, do you mean plant food or plant medicine? Are you talking about herbs in particular? Maybe she's gone. Okay, maybe she's gone. Yes? Oh, teas. So we spoke a little bit about that, Sister Alderay. During the fasting period, you want to focus on there's some teas that I suggest in the podcast as well, but I'll share them. Dandelion is excellent. Burdock roots, both dandelion and burdock are the roots are used for flushing your system. They're what we call diuretics. So they will help you to flush a lot of excess water out of your system. But uh, dandelion does tend to open up the appetite. Yes, if it's delayed, I'm sorry. Maybe it's the internet connection. But dandelion does tend to open up your appetite. So, if your focus is fasting for weight loss, then you want to, consider burdock and parsley. Those are good herbs that you can utilize. Parsley also helps to flush toxins out of the blood. Other blood cleansers, such as red clover, excellent blood cleanser. However, if you are a woman who is menopausal, then you want to be careful with your consumption of red clover, because yeah, just be careful with I won't go into it, but just be careful with red clover excessively. And like there are a bunch of other teas and so on that you can incorporate. Yellow dock is excellent. It will build your blood and build iron in your blood while helping you to detox as well. So if you want to do liquids and you want to incorporate herbal blends and so on, you can use some of those to help you, to help during your fast. If you want to suppress the appetite, which I'm sure some people are interested in, chickweed is very it's excellent for suppressing the appetite. Yeah, I would suggest chickweed. There are others too, but I plan on getting some dandelion and more burdock root. Yes, and you can plant them. That's the thing. If you have a space where you can grow, um, You can plant burdock and you can plant dandelion, and dandelion doesn't take too long to grow. It doesn't. Someone else said something. Thank you, Sister Moksha. Oh, thank you, Iya. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's my job. That's what that's why I'm here. Who has sent a request? Oh, I didn't see your request. Yeah, cool. Can I add you to the call still? The live, I mean. Look at me. Let me see. Oh, you are slightly anemic. Yes, Sequoia. Yes, Yellow Duck is great. Are you in a good space now? Greetings.
Yes, thank you. Greetings,
Okay,
everyone.
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, you'll be our last caller or
Okay.
liver. I don't know what to call it. Live Instagrammer, something.
I love this is my first time doing this. So I'm nervous, okay?
Awesome. Good. I
Um
am too, don't worry.
um so when I heard about the fast, it was already a day had already passed, and my struggle was that
Yeah.
it was just like boom right there, and my first thought was I'll just wait till the next summer solstice, you know. But I just went ahead and just dived right in, and I didn't really have time to prepare anything. So, and I got some coconut water and some cold pressed juice, and I just said I'm gonna just do it, and that's what I did.
Hmm.
And um, I, you know what? Really, I don't know if I can identify what I was really reflecting on. I was just focusing on staying focused, you know, with the fast, and you know, doing the
Right.
best that I can. And I had moments where I had a headache. I was also at work, which I was really worried about because the work I do is laborious, and it causes you, you know, what you do is, you know, it's customer service. I work with patients, and I had to be patient, and
Right.
you know, and you need some longevity. So, but surprisingly, it was really helpful. And that coconut water kept me, you know. And then as
Hmm.
I, you know, continued on, I was able, what was within me was saying was like, just be still and be quiet. Um, and that's just what I did. I didn't talk a lot, you know. And if I found myself getting ready to, you know, interject something, I just, you know, stilled myself. So that's what's happening with the fast. I did fall off. I did break it, but a little after 24 hours. But I'm back on track. Uh-oh. Is it frozen?
In you, or was it just a matter of keeping you hydrated?
I missed you. I it's kind of in and out, Sister Maksha.
In and out, or whether it just helped to keep you hydrated?
Okay. Okay. Yes, I was hydrated. I didn't feel like any sense of thirst or anything, if that's what you mean.
You can you repeat yourself? I didn't hear you clearly.
I said I didn't feel any sense of thirst, if that's what you mean concerning the coconut water. And I didn't know what it did. You know, I don't know the components of it, but I was just led to get some coconut water because it tastes good. So,
Okay. I could hardly hear the end of your statement. I won't ask you to repeat it. It's okay. It's okay. But you did great since
okay.
this was your first Instagram live. You did great. Um, are you going to, and
Thank
we'll stay connected, right, Sister Akua? Thank you very much for
Yes.
sharing. Yes, thank you for
Yes. Thank
sharing.
you.
Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna do well. Don't worry about it. Yes, fasting. Sister Alderay says yes, fasting. I am fasting and have to work in spaces where I'm surrounded by food. Ah, that was a major challenge. I see. I see. After realizing I was able to work an entire day with no snacking, I felt driven to continue. That's Sister Elderberry. Yeah. Because there are times you're going to slip, but every time you slip, start again. Every time you slip, start again. Thank you for joining us. I won't keep you all longer. I really appreciate this. See you next strong and tune into our next podcast, airing tomorrow or dropping tomorrow, as they say. Peace and power. And big up to my ANU family. I love y'all. Peace. Yes, that's true. How can I want to end the video, but I want to save it. Can you hear me still? Oh, wow. That was a big delay. Peace. Enjoy your day. Thank you. I think I